Hello.
Hello. How
How
are
are
you?
how are you? We're both birthday girls. It's like birthday week.
It is week. It's absolutely birthday week.
I've
Um,
lost track of time,
yes.
really, as a
Yeah, you've had
puppy.
like a few things going on. You
Just a
did,
few.
yeah,
Just a
you,
few.
you did a lot for your birthday. Um,
Yeah, I just decided like I wasn't busy enough. I needed something.
so step number one, which you had in the works for a really long time, was you got a puppy.
Oh, yes, I did. And let's like hope he stays asleep for this. He's right down next to me and he's being peaceful for now.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So he's being peaceful. Does he have a name yet?
Yes, it is Jenks. It is short for Jenkinson.
Love it.
And I got him in New Jersey, and one of my favorite beach bars is called Jenkinson's. So that's where Jenks comes from.
Okay.
And he definitely doesn't know his name yet. So we're working on it. He also doesn't know how to pee and poop outside. We're working on that too.
Okay. Okay. So that's step one. You've got this new furry man in your life, which is
Yes.
amazing, named Jinx. And then you did something else for your birthday that was pretty major, and you're giving it away by like your big old screen, your backdrop here on your. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I did, make an announcement,
Mhm.
but as you can see, I have joined EXP. I wonder if I can perfectly place. I'm not that coordinated. Just hold it. Oh, wait, wrong hand. But I have joined EXP and I am super excited. It's no secret. I have, felt like a part of the EXP family for a long time now. And, I'm just excited to finally take the leap. And, it's just, as you know, obviously, it is an amazing opportunity. And um, I just really had to think about my future. And I love real estate
Mhm.
and I, want to work for a very long time, but I don't want to be showing houses when I'm 90. So I had to, so I had looked at the business model before and, just wasn't presented the best. So I didn't really understand it truly.
Okay.
And like just I was kind of ignorant to it, and then when I talked more with you, it was like, okay, this just makes sense. Like I want to be able to really grow in so many different ways. And I want to set myself up for the future. I want to not be showing houses when I'm 90, but still in some way, shape, or form helping others. And this was just the best place to be.
Cool.
So
Awesome. So that's one thing that we talk about and I'm glad that you brought that up, is that so many people say, "Oh, I've heard about EXP before. It's just not for me. It doesn't make sense for me," right? And you just kind of said that you had heard about it before, but it didn't connect right. Maybe it wasn't presented correctly, or maybe even that person was newer to it and couldn't explain it themselves, right?
well,
So
and also to interject really quick, sorry,
yeah.
there was a person that was sitting next to me at a presentation and she was shut down to it. And so I really like, I don't know why, but I like took all that energy.
Mhm.
So anyway, continue. Sorry.
No, that makes tons of sense. Like, right, whatever environment we're in, we're gonna take on that energy. If somebody's super mad next to you, you're gonna take on that energy. If somebody's super excited and happy next to you, you're gonna take on that energy. And when you're presented something, there's a couple different things that can happen. One is it's not explained to you in such a way that it makes sense and resonates with you. They may be talking about certain benefits and things that mean something to them, but doesn't quite fit what it is that your goals are. So if they continue to talk about what made sense for them to come over, it's not going to connect with you, right?
Right.
Number two, again, they might be too new and don't necessarily understand the model itself anyway, or all the ins and outs, and they just lose you in translation, right?
Yep.
And then number three, you might not have you just weren't ready. You just weren't open to it at that
Right.
point in time. And now all three of those things aligned, right? You were able
Yes.
to hear it, you were able to understand it, see how it benefited you, and you're open to it now.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So we cannot be more excited to have you. And okay, cool. I just got a message from our second guest that person's coming in hot. So they should be popping up here any minute.
All right. Drum roll. Hello,
Sorry.
sir.
Fashionably late. Sorry.
Hey, no worries. We were just busy talking about me. No big deal.
Right.
That's what I heard. I was getting these messages from everywhere like, Lindsay's live. I'm like, yeah, I'm here.
How's it going? How's your day?
My day's better now that I'm with you two
Awesome.
lovelies. So excited. So excited.
So we were just talking about how, in the beginning, Lindsay had heard about the EXP. First of all, we talked about her puppy, which is amazing. And then we talked about the fact that when Lindsay first heard about EXP, that, it just she doesn't feel like maybe it was explained the right way, or maybe she just wasn't open at that point, and that she was absorbing the energy of the person that was next to her when she heard about it. And then, we just kind of talked about what that looked like. We talk to people all the time where they've heard about EXP before, probably from 1, 2, maybe even 3 other people, right? And sometimes it just takes the person that is explaining it or going through it to solve the problems that you have, not necessarily the problems that it solved for them, but solve the problems that you have. And today, well, as of a few days ago, Lindsay was her mind was open. It was going to solve the problems she was looking to solve. And now here she is.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Burt says it a little bit differently, but he says that with regard to the world that we live in sales, that a sale can't happen unless a problem is solved. And I think that what most people do is they're so excited for good reason about this platform that Glenn Sanford has created for us to grow on, that they really forget the fact that it's got to solve a problem. And so that's what we always try and start with. What problems can we solve? And for Lindsay, because she's open-minded, we're looking for people that are that believe the same thing we believe. And I believe that successful people have 3 traits. They're hungry, they're humble, and they're smart. And I believe all 3 of those have to be in existence for someone to see their business grow. And no one emulates those 3 traits more than Lindsay. So I'm super excited. And if it was Glenn Sanford saying, he'd be like, I'm super stoked that you're part of the family. And I'm just happy to be working with her and I'm proud to be business partners with you.
Thank you so much. Those were very kind words. I appreciate it.
The other thing I love about Lindsay is her giving heart. Every time, most of the interactions we have is like, hey, I'm doing an event, and she's always there to support charity events that we're doing. And then we I try to do the same thing for her, but I don't know anybody she's about the only person I know that's got me beat on charity events. This girl's doing charity events left and right. I just love that giving heart, and that fits really into our culture. Our culture is not about competition. It's about collaboration and giving back. And I believe that that's going to serve you well now that you're over playing in our sandbox. So.
Yeah, most definitely. And I've actually been meaning to message Andrea because I wanted to tell her, like, hey, if you need any help, because That's what I'm all about. I love doing that. And I'll have to send you a golf outing that that I just learned of now that you say that. But yeah, that's
I'm much
honestly,
better. I'm much better at sponsoring those golf outings than
yes.
actually playing in them. That's for
Yes.
sure. My golf skills are that's to be debated. But
I drive a really mean golf cart. That's
you do.
I do. I drive a
You
really
do.
cart.
That is
I'm
true.
just learning, so it's fun for me, but I usually, maybe have a cocktail or two too many, and then I don't end up playing good golf. So, but no, the whole back to the like culture of EXP, honestly, that's one of the huge things that drew me to EXP, was that everything like all the trainings and speakers and every masterminds, all the stuff that you guys have like invited me to that I've attended, like it's just the environment, the mindset, everything that I am like all about. And so I can't believe it took me this long, but I finally did it. So, we're just going to look forward.
Here's the cool thing, Lindsay. The timing couldn't be better, really, because 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago now, when Renee and I were taking a peek at this model, it was still EXP. What is this company? What does that mean? What is this like? They didn't even know who we were. We literally weren't even in all 50 states. I think we're in like 47 states at the time, and our stock was traded on a over the counter type of a platform in stock, and that's usually really volatile and no one really takes it that serious. And now we're the fastest growing real estate company on the planet right now. The rocket ship is just, and there isn't pretty much anyone who doesn't know what we're about. And I mean, as far as at least they know who EXP is. And the truth is that what they don't know, and this is why anyone watching that's a real estate professional needs to call Lindsay if they're at all interested in learning more about it, is because they've heard of EXP, but they really don't know what we're doing at EXP. They don't know about the level of masterminds that we've been able to put together, and there's leaders that are putting these things together all over the country and even right here in Cleveland, and we're growing leaders. And if you need more information, and you probably do, you need to reach out to Lindsay, and she can get you put in the right direction there.
Yeah, absolutely. I put my number below. So
That's the one thing that I want to say about Lindsay is that, it's one thing to talk the talk. It's another thing to walk the walk. And yes, as many events as we see that Lindsay's a part of and the charitable organizations that she gives back to, those are just the ones you see. You can really tell the true character of someone by what they do when people aren't looking. And you can see that in Lindsay every single day. People reach out to her with questions. She helps no matter where they're from, what brokerage they're from. She helps out in charity organizations, no matter if it's one that she's directly affiliated with or someone she loves and cares about is affiliated with. She's just a constant giver. And I cannot wait to see, how many lives that she impacts now that she's affiliated, with this group. And I just can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this puppy mentally right now. So thank you for those kind words. I needed to feel a little good about myself.
I have a question for Lindsay, though, because I remember this day that we were chatting, and it was probably, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 months ago. I can't remember exactly when. And we were talking, and I'll never forget this because she said, she comes from a great brokerage, Howard Hanna. They're huge in this area. And she said, I don't like Howard Hanna. I love them. I love my manager. I love everything about it. And so it's really important for people watching this to know that it wasn't that, a lot of people move brokerages for different reasons. Sometimes it's to move away from pain. Sometimes it's to move toward opportunity and growth. And I know that the latter was Lindsay's thing. Lindsay, what would you say to somebody watching that the number one problem that you were happy? It wasn't about like you weren't happy, but what was the number one thing that you really wanted to achieve and grow? And what was the big thing? Like if there was one thing you can pick, for me, I know it was revenue share. I tell that to everybody that asks me. and I'm not ashamed to say it. It was revenue share, and the stock was right there too. But what was it for you? I want to know, what would you say?
Well, for me, like this past year was like all about like a lot of self-development and growth. And, I was reading a lot of books and listening to a lot of, very successful people. And the common theme seemed to be was you need multiple streams of income if really want to build wealth. And, um, obviously EXP is multiple streams of income just by doing what I'm have already been doing. I don't need to do anything different, and that was huge for me because, I bought my first house in the last year, I'm like, I just feel like I'm just growing and this just made sense. Like, it was like, all right, I just, I want to keep taking it to the next level. So
No, I would agree, and it's a wonderful thing when the company and platform that you're building on actually not only has those things available, but are constantly creating new ways to earn more income, build more wealth, and actually maybe retire one day.
right.
That was never a thing.
Imagine that.
Well, I've been in the industry a little while now. And when I got in, I never, for the last 23, 24 years, I had never been to a retirement party for a real estate agent unless unfortunately it was at a funeral home. And that's a sad reality of our business, is that we work until we die. And that just isn't, that's not why we do this.
Right.
We do it for a better life. We do it to make a better life for our family, to have more experiences. Because I want everyone to listen to this. When you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be thinking about how many houses you sold. You're going to be thinking about, memories. The only thing you're going to have is memories. And those memories come from experiences. And so when you talk about income and multiple streams of income and growing your wealth, all that is a vehicle to be able to have more experiences and more memories, period. And so I wish that more real estate agents would realize that, because they want to talk about their $5 million club that they were able to achieve, or this and that. And that's all great things. Don't get me wrong, but you got to keep in mind, it's a vehicle to get you to somewhere. And it's not, it's not to just the end. There's more to life than just selling homes, even though we love doing it, and helping people do it. So
absolutely.
I love that analogy where, it's like the vehicle that got you to where you're at right now isn't necessarily the same vehicle that's going to get you to where you're going. Like, you can't get to Hawaii in a car, right? You got to change the vehicle.
Right.
So happy that you are in our vehicle, Lindsay.
Me too. Thank you.
Happy because we love to, when we look left and look right and we're building this wealth and we're building this life by design, we want to have our favorite people next to us. And you are by far one of my favorite people. So I'm so excited that I'm going to continue to walk hand in hand with you.
Me too. Thank you so much. And thanks for never giving up on me.
Goonies never say die.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for coming on with me today. And I look forward to our future. You're not going to stop seeing any one of us. So
Team Boo Sells, let's go.
Wait for my next live. I got this awesome neon as a birthday gift, and it says #Boo Sells. It'll be right behind me.
I don't doubt one word of that, by the way. I can't wait. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Sunday.